Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, July 24th, and it's been a minute since I made a video. The beginning of July, uh, I went off for a week to a very life-changing event that was week long, and I'm so thankful for that experience. It's definitely changed my life for sure. And I wanted to share like the internal feelings that I felt inside and how it has affected me in a very positive way, and it made me realize a lot of things about myself that I needed to to acknowledge and to be aware of and to understand so that I can, continue on my journey of healing and a journey of abundance. So um, when I came back, I normally make videos and things like that, but I wanted to take that time to just chill, just to like reflect and, because, I felt a shift and it affected my home. It affected everything in a positive way. So I was really just, sitting on all that stuff, all that information, and, everything that's just going on with me internally. I just wanted to sit on it. So um, I did get to go to a raw food festival, and I will eventually show some pictures of what I took pictures I took of like people and food and things like that, or whatever like that. As far as like the people who prepared the food and things of that nature. But there's been just a lot going on, and I feel like the universe is so interesting because I feel like when you know I'm going through a lot of changes internally, and sometimes the universe presents things in a way that is just so interesting. It's like a way to test you to see where you're at and how you're going to react and respond to that situation. And let me tell you one thing I'm going to tell you about myself, and I don't have no problems. I have no problems saying when I have no problems saying how my reaction to things are or who I am or whatever like that. But during all the things that have been going on this month, especially as of recent, you know, I got to a point where I felt like, because I feel like through sharing, that's how you heal is through sharing, and with all of the things that was going on, I found out that was all that was a distraction. That's the things that I was focusing on was a distraction, and that I'm supposed to learn something bigger out of this, and that I am supposed to see the positive out of this situation, and how a major shift has happened even more. And that's what I'm working. That is what I'm working on, focusing on, if that makes any sense. Because boy, oh boy, I am a Leo, and when I am crossed a certain way, I go off. And I have no problems telling somebody that. And that's something that I am working on, is to be able to control myself, control those feelings, you know, when I'm feeling like somebody's taking it there with me. And I'm working on that for sure. Because it's interesting because I look at like people like my husband and I look at my father and they are very calm and I am too. But there's a little fire in me. So when I go off and I'm working on that. Trust and believe me. But you know, this past month I've been really, and I've always known this because I'm an affirmation type person. I'm one of those people that I'm a manifester. We are all manifestors, but man, oh man, oh man, I love the power of creating things. Like when you create things in your mind and how it can manifest, or writing things down and how it just manifests. It's amazing. And that's why I say the power of words and what we say. And I have to check myself, because there's times where you may get, where I may get upset or whatever it may be, or you may just be in a moment of frustration, or I may be in a moment of frustration, and I just, and I may say something that is not of the best. But, and however, I always strive to be positive no matter what. I do strive to be that way. And we have our days and we have our moments, because trust and believe, I have my day and my moment. However, I always strive to see the bigger picture and things. And I always want the best for people. And I always want everybody to just see the light within them, because that's something that I strive for every day, to see the light within me, you know, and the power of words, and how the thoughts can create, thoughts create actions, which is in essence, I'm sorry, I got distracted. The thoughts are powerful. That's energy, and it creates, words and then actions. And those actions can affect the environment. And it's something that I'm even mindful of more now so than ever. And you talking about somebody that was affirmation, as my mentor says, I'm an affirmation queen. So it's so when I see people using words in a way that is not the best, it bothers me. Okay, but I'm learning myself, and I'm learning that a lot of times when things come into your life, it's for a reason. It's for you to see something, and I have gotten a lot of epiphanies for myself that I will utilize and that I will work on. I'm learning, realizing more so now than ever how important family is. How important it is to mend things with your family, your blood family. It's important to understand where dynamics come from, and to really, you may not be close to everyone. Well, I can say, I'm speaking from ownership. I may not be close to every single person that's my family member, but still be able to understand where they're coming from, to be able to have unconditional love, and to just to work on myself, because when I work on myself, I'm healing all of my family. Um, but there's so much that I can say. There's so much that I can say. But I felt like I needed to come on. I felt the urge. And it's very interesting how things are, transforming in my life. And, I give thanks for my husband, who has always been kind and supportive to me. And despite everything. And I remember him looking at what was it, the day before yesterday, he looked at our I'm big on writing down goals and things like that. And he looked at he's like, look, he's like, everything on our list is coming true. Look at that. And I was like, yeah, because that's something that I've always done, like journaling or whatever like that. I've always done stuff like that. And that right there, when he said that, I was like, he said that, and I saw somebody made a comment on an older video talking about affirmations. I said that I need to start focusing more on those things, not only for inspiration for everyone else, but for myself, to keep myself, remind myself of the power of words, and the power of just knowing that we create our lives every day, and that we have the power to change our mindset in the moment, and that it's important to be connected to the source, ideally by using prayer, by using intentions, affirmations, prayers, meditation. I don't know if I said that. All of that stuff helps keep you grounded, helps keep me grounded, I should say, So I'm looking forward to all the great things to come. I'm looking forward to going back down south to visit, to get my feet on that southern soil, grounding there, exploring the holistic. It's fun. It's interesting because, a lot of time, when I moved up to the north, part of the reason why I did was because I felt like I was growing, and that the south wasn't fast enough for me, as far as on a mental level. But as I got up north, I realized that it's not, everything is the same. You know, it's just different levels to it. Everything reflects back to each other. And I realized that instead of running away from things, um, so that we can create things. And there's so much like opportunity and potential down south, and there's land down south. And it's just intuitively, I've been wanting to go back down there, and that's something that we will be doing very soon. Um, and I look forward to it. And I'm just thankful for everything in the way that everything came out. And there's so much that I'm going to share. There's so much more that I want to share, but I feel like I need to do it at a different time. And I feel like I'm also eventually have like a group or something like that, or something to where I can really share things and with other women or people, um, in general, so that, and that we can share with each other and can relate to each other, and we can be open about it. You know, you don't feel like you have to censor yourself. Um, but that's something that I want to do. I just have to, allow it to happen in the way that it's going to happen. I feel like everything happened for a reason. Me leaving my job when I did was like divine. Like it was just like I left at the perfect time. Everything just happened in the way that it's meant to. And I'm reminding myself that not to allow challenges to knock me off my rock, like knock me off. To use those situations to strengthen myself internally, and to utilize that internal power for good. Internal, to use it to create harmony, to use it to create peace and joy and abundance versus using it for destruction. That's something that I am striving for each and every day. So I want to take the time to just thank everyone for, for watching this video, if you watched it this long. And that if anyone wants to have a health consultation, or a meal plan personalized for yourself, or anything like that, or a tarot reading, you can always go to loveinfinitenature.com for more information, or you can email me at love loveinfinitenature.com. I mean, not loveinfinitenature at gmail.com. So my email is loveinfinitenature at gmail.com. The website is loveinfinitenature.com. You can also follow us on Facebook at Infinite Nature, or on Instagram at Infinite Nature 1, or on Tumblr at Infinite Nature, all one word. So thank you once again, and have a blessed day.